Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bethany Girma. So, usually I wake up at 5 a.m. to catch my 6 a.m. bus. And when I do so, the school starts around 7 a.m. and ends around 2. And I usually get home around 5 because all my extracurriculars and whoever I want to talk to, I stay after school for it. With that being said, this day in particular, I stay after school till about right after school, and I get home, and I'm getting home at 3. I have all the time in the world, so what do? Predictable me, I go to sleep. So as I'm sleeping, I'm having this amazing sleep. It's like a hibernation. It was amazing. And I wake up, and I look at my phone, and it says 6 o'clock. I was going crazy. I get up, I run across the house, I get my clothes, I take a shower, and I put anything that I can find on. I run out the door, and what do I see in the parking lot? I see no cars. Where are my parents? So I'm calling them, I'm texting them, I'm even trying to do Find My iPhone. I don't know where they are. So obviously my last resort is I download Uber, and I'm trying to order an Uber ride. But as I'm ordering an Uber ride, I look at the top of my phone and it says 6 p.m. 6 p.m. I was so confused with the emotions that I felt. I didn't understand what to do. But with that being said, what did that story teach me? What was the whole thing for that? I learned 3 things. I learned that I'm a liar, I'm not okay, and I need to change. But what do those 3 things have anything to do with the story? Well, in high school, I usually learned a lot of different things. I stayed after school till the ends of nights. I stayed after school till 10 p.m. and then I've gone to school at 4 a.m. before. So spending all these days and time, each year I was exhausted and drained. But junior year was by far the most exhausting year mentally, physically, academically. I didn't know what to do. With that being said, I learned that I had to change and that I wasn't okay, because I continuously told myself that I was okay. So something that I want you guys to take into an idea is when you wake up in the morning, let's do this quick activity. So raise your hand if you ever agree with any of the statements that I say. So raise your hand if you've ever woken up and told yourself 5 more minutes. Look to your left, look to your right. Now put your hands down. Okay, next statement. Raise your hand if you've ever felt like your day was repetitive or extremely tiring. Look to your left, look to your right. So you can put your hands down. So these days were almost every single day for me my junior year. And as long as it gets, around the 2nd semester, I couldn't take it anymore. So in the summer of 2018, I took a lot of time to do a lot of self-contemplation and to look back at myself. And one quote that I took from that summer was, "An unexamined life is a life not worth living." And what does that quote mean? What does it have anything to do with what I'm saying? I had to take a step back and look at the actions that I chose to make and the emotions that I choose to have. So when you get up in the morning and you look in the mirror, are you proud of the person that you see in the mirror? Are you proud? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And if you're not proud, that's your fault. I know it may seem harsh, but nobody tells you to be sad. Nobody tells you to be mad. Nobody tells you to do drugs. Nobody tells you to drink alcohol. Those are all choices that you make. Therefore, if you're unhappy, it was your fault. So when I was drained junior year, it was because I chose to react to everything around me. I took everybody's emotions, I took everybody's problems and made it my own. So with that being said, I have a quick story to tell you guys. So there's this boy named Michael and there's a CEO. Michael walks up to the CEO and tells the CEO, "I want to be successful." The CEO responds to him, "Well, if you want to be successful, then meet me at the beach tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. The young boy responds with, "Come on, man, I can't get to the beach at 4 a.m. The sun is not even out yet." The CEO says, "Well, if you want to succeed, meet me at the beach at 4 a.m. Of course, the young boy wears his best outfit, gets to the beach, and he sees the CEO. The CEO says, "Take a step into the water." He takes a step into the water, and now the water is crashing at his ankles. Shoo, shoo. His clothes is extremely wet. Now the CEO tells him, "Walk deeper." The boy walks deeper, and now water's at his knees. The boy's like, what do you want me to do? The CEO says, "Walk deeper." The young boy gets so deep into the water is at his neck. Water splashing in his face, his hair is completely ruined, and he doesn't know what to do. The CEO follows behind him, takes his head, and pushes it under the water. The boy is splashing, screaming, he's not sure what to do. After the young boy was about to give up, the CEO lets him go. The young boy comes out. Why did you do that to me? I swear to God. And he almost punches him, but he doesn't. And what does the CEO say to him? He said, what did you want to do when you were underwater? The young boy screams, I wanted to breathe. He asked him again, what do you want to do when you were underwater? I wanted to breathe. The CEO wanted the boy to understand, you need to want to breathe just as much as you want to succeed. Success and wanting to breathe come hand in hand. Because if you don't want it that bad, you don't deserve it. With that being said, you need to take a step back, look at the choices you make, and be able to say that you're proud of yourself. I'm not saying have fun, but let me give you a challenge. So tomorrow, when you wake up, well, tomorrow's Saturday, but if tomorrow when you wake up, you have an alarm, don't sleep for 5 more minutes. Because in those 5 minutes that you chose to sleep, was those 5 minutes that a 14-year-old opened their own nonprofit organization, and what did you do? In those 5 minutes, Bill Gates made another $115,000. And what did you do? So keep in mind, in those 5 minutes can be the complete change for you becoming the next billionaire, millionaire, or whoever you want to be. But you have to make that step for the future. And there's a quote that I live by, that I've lived by for the last 15, 16 years. It is the only way to predict the future is to create it. And why do I believe in that quote? Because the only person you can invest in is yourself. The only person you can put money in is yourself. Because you can think your best friend and you are going to make this great corporation and we're going to get rich together, but what if your best friend flakes on you? But if you invest the time, the energy, the effort into yourself, that's the only way you're going to succeed. And I understand if your home situation is not great or you don't have all the money in the world, well, you have to remember we go to Valley High School and there's thousands of resources here. And on top of that, being thankful and reminded of the fact that we're on American soil where we have a plethora amount of opportunities. So you need to grab at them, choke it, and take what you need to take. Because these opportunities are for you, and if they're not for you, who are they for? So with the quote that I said, the only way to predict the future is to create it, I'd like you to repeat it with me. The only way to predict the future is to create it. I can't hear you. The only way to predict the future is to create it. I want the dog across the street to hear you. Come on, guys. The only way to predict the future is to create it. You guys don't look like you're feeling it. You have to feel it. You have to feel it. One more time. The only way you can predict the future is to create it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.